Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. I'm Chris, as you know. If this is your first time here, welcome. I hope you stick around. If you've been here before, thanks for coming back. Today, we are going to look at something that I'm sure a lot of people have already looked at. Some of you may already have it. There's hundreds of videos about it. I'm a little late to the party on this one. Springfield Echelon 4.0 Compact. I know, I'm late to the party, but better late than never, right? Had a chance to take it out to the range. Let's head out there, take a look at that, and then we'll come back and discuss it. What do you say? I'll see you out there. And welcome back out here to the range. I'm glad you came here from the house. So let's take our first shots with the Springfield Echelon 4.0 Compact. Now, I've not shot this yet. I'm just going to assume that the Viridian red dot that it came with is zeroed. We're going to find out real soon. Just like always, I'm going to say it. I don't care if you like it or not. If she don't eat steel, she don't deserve brass. So, first shot with Springfield Echelon Compact. Let's go. All right. So it looks like this dot is pretty well zeroed. Gun shoots pretty well. I actually have a full-size Echelon. I actually have two of them. All right, let's go for this long one, about 40. All right, it's accurate. All right, so steel, not a problem. Now I got some Norma range and training 124s. Trigger is nice. All right, recoil's not horrible. So far, so good. All right, it's not bad. Kind of enjoying it. I'll tell you what, let me reload these magazines up and we'll do some more. All right, we got reloaded up here. I got some, first magazine is to Norma 124s. These are, I don't remember what I put in these. Finish. These are the cheap stuff I got from Academy the other day. All right, so far, Springfield Echelon Compact. I know I say it a lot, but I like them. I like all guns, man. I don't have a favorite. I love them all. I'd bring them all home with me if I could. All right, I got some magazines loaded up here. I got my Gen 6 Glock 19, and I have the Springfield Echelon, the Compact 4.0. And I got two magazines each loaded up, 15 rounds apiece. And to keep it as fair as possible, I just used the Monarch, that cheap 115 grain ammo I got from Academy Outdoors. So we are going to shoot the Glock 19 first, just because it's the first one I grabbed, no particular reason. And we'll just shoot, see how we feel. So again, Gen 6 Glock 19, and I'm shooting Monarch 115 grain ammo. It feels nice, just, it's familiar. It's got that familiar recoil, got that familiar Glock trigger. And I just flinched like hell right there for some reason. And it's accurate. I'm hitting out there at the steel at 35 to 40 yards. I just missed that one. All right. That was a Gen 6 Glock 19. So now we got the Springfield Echelon 4.0C, the compact. Again, same ammo. Right off the rip, I want to say that the Echelon just a little snappier. I don't know if that's coming through on video or not. I hope it is. Now, all right, it's accurate too. I'm hitting that long steel out there. Ugh, flinched. All right, so that go around, I'm thinking that the Echelon might be a little snappier than the Glock. Let's try that out and find out for sure. I think it is. So let me just get that back in here. Echelon. Yeah, it is 100% snappier than the Glock. All right, I'm gonna set up the camera and then we're gonna do some slow-mos on that so you can see what I'm talking about. So here's the Echelon. It just punches a little harder than the Glock does. Not a lot to where it would be where it's unpleasant to shoot, not in the least, but it is for, and actually, yeah, the Echelon is just a little bit heavier, but it's got a bigger light. But even with that, the Glock is definitely a lighter recoil than the Echelon. But they match up pretty well. I really think there'd be a good battle between the two. So if you guys want to see a full video dedicated to the Glock 19 against the Echelon compact, comment down below, let me know. If y'all want to see it, we can make it happen. But in the meantime, let's reload up and do some more with the Echelon. We'll be right back. Hey guys, real quick, before we get to the rest of the video, I want to take a second. If you ever wanted to help the channel, there's a link down below, a spot called Buy Me a Coffee. It's like Patreon. Go check it out. If you want to help me out, I'd be greatly appreciative of it. Also, if you go to my socials, especially Instagram, click on the bios there, you'll see a couple links to some places that might help you out. Also, if you notice my hearing protection I've been wearing in here, these are ISO tunes, ISO Sports. These are the caliber ST models right here. Awesome hearing protection. I've been wearing them for a long time. I highly recommend them. And I'm actually affiliated with them now. So if you go to the ISO Tunes website, and if you go pick something up at checkout, use the code Chris Shoots. That may or may not help you out a little bit. All they sell is hearing protection. Good company, good quality, highly recommend them. Let's get back to the video. All right, we're reloaded up. I got 2 magazines full, or not full. I got 2 magazines loaded up with 18 apiece. Just like we've been doing a couple times in the past, I'm gonna do just a couple drills. First magazine, I'm just gonna do doubles, maybe some triples, and we're gonna be shooting this white steel that I got painted up so you can see it real well. We're gonna be using the timer. Then the second magazine also has 18 in it, and we'll do some bill drills. So I'm gonna step back here a little bit, about 10, 11 yards, because it's still a little bit, I wanna be a little further than 7. And we'll get going. Oh, I whiffed one. 164, stand by. I missed one high. 168. I'm not sure how much I like this dot that came on there. RFX Viridian. It's not horrible. All right, so this time I'm gonna do it from low ready. Still missed one. 0.81. 0.76. 102. Now, okay, I gotta bring something up here. I like the trigger in this. However, it is actually starting to hurt my finger a little bit, just the way the trigger shoe is. When we get to the house, I'll go over it with you more and show you exactly what I mean. But I don't know if you can see it, but anyway, it's kind of tearing my finger up. But let's keep going. Stand by. 0.83, stand by. 0.82. All right, didn't get locked back. All right, sorry about that. I thought I had all my magazines loaded. I don't. So I reloaded up here, and now we're gonna do some bill drills. Stand by. 182, and these are from low ready. Stand by. I do not like this dot, by the way. 175, stand by. 171. All right, so just like I was saying with my Glock, these things are accurate, but they're only as accurate as the person behind them. And today's just not my best shooting day. But we're not done yet. We'll load up one more time, and then we'll head back to the house and talk about it. So let me load up and I'll be right back. All right, we got the final 3 magazines loaded up. I have, I think, just the Monarch 115s in the first 2 magazines. And the final one, I have, I think it's 10 of the SIG Elite Performance hollow points, just to make sure that it runs hollow points, which I'm sure it will because it's been eating everything else. So let's finish off these last few magazines. And I'm not a fan of this dot. And I don't like the way this trigger is making my finger feel. The trigger's actually starting to hurt. If I keep shooting it, I'm going to end up probably swapping out the shoe. It's making me where I don't even want to shoot it. But I definitely don't like this red dot, or this, actually it's a green dot. Last ones here, and these are the SIG Elite Performance hollow points. Man, that's killing my finger. That's killing me on this gun. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, that is my range portion of the day for the Springfield Echelon 4.0C compact. I'm gonna pack this stuff up, get in that pretty Ram over there, and head back to the house, and we'll talk about it there. So until then, I'll see you guys in the basement. Welcome back from the range. What'd you think? Yeah, same here. So, Springfield Echelon 4.0C compact. First things first, for YouTube and everybody else out there, gun is empty, clear. There's no ammo in the room. So before we get into the good, bad, and the ugly, let's go over some specs real quick, just in case some of you guys have been living under a rock and don't know about this. So I got some notes on my phone here because you all have heard me say it before, I'm not smart enough to remember all this crap. So I'm gonna be looking down occasionally while I'm showing you the gun. Springfield Echelon is a 9mm caliber. The barrel is a 4-inch hammer forged barrel with the melanite finish, and it is standard 15-round capacity. But they do come in the box with extensions that will give you up to 18. I'll go over more about that here in a minute once I go over the rest of this stuff here. Overall length is 7¼ inches. Height is 5.125 inches. And the width, it's actually pretty thin, 1.2 inches. Weighs about 24 ounces with the 15-round magazine in it. With the 18-round, you're looking at about 25 ounces. So it's not too bad. The optics are, it's what they call their VIS system, VIS, variable interface system. Now what that does, it gives you the a lot like the RXM, but this gives you the opportunity to mount just about any damn optic you want. It's got some posts, screws that you move and change around. It's got different holes screwed in or milled into it. I'm sure you've already seen it. Awesome system. And these sights, it is they're kind of taller than standard height sights. You can co-witness with most everything. Unfortunately, it's the U-notch in the back. I'm not a real big fan of the U-notch, but it does the job. And the front is a tritium luminescent front sight. And honestly, as much as I complain about the U-notches and the Glock standard sights, they're not bad. They do the job. Trigger, they say it's about a 4-pound pull. I used my trigger gauge the other day. I was getting 4.5 to 5 pounds. But after I shot it, yeah, 4.5. So we're looking good there. So let's go over some other stuff here, let you look at the stuff. This is the non-compensated model. I'm not a real big fan of compensated stuff. I like a lot of them, but I just prefer the regular stuff. Now, the serrations in the front are very, very, very good. If you look here, they are deep and kind of angled back so you can really get a hold of it. And look right here. You can see on the barrel right here, it's almost like a lot of companies just cut straight into it. It looks like they actually took some material out right here to get those serrations in there, so it's a little bit thinner. But they go all the way up to the top. Now, the top is slick, so there's nothing on the top. But these serrations, you're not going to miss them. Once you get a hold of them and they get hold of you, you can get that no problem. And with the cutouts right here, if you would happen to slip, you're going to hit that before you come back to the, the chamber. The back serrations are just as deep and just as pronounced. And if you look right here, they got little spots cut out to where if you rack from the back, you're not going to miss there either. Really good design. I like the serrations. I like the cutouts. Chef's Kiss, Springfield, and HS Products, who Springfield's importing them for. Top notch. The grip is a polymer grip. It's got pretty good texture on it. I wish it was a little bit more there. I'm sorry. There's plenty of grip there and texture there. It goes all the way up to the top, as you can see there. And same thing on the front strap there and on the back strap. It goes all the way up like I like. When I say more, I wish it was a little bit more aggressive. It's aggressive enough for most people, but maybe it's my competition mind frame. I just like the little bit more aggressive of a texture. But all in all, it's good. It goes everywhere. It goes all the way up to the very top, like you hear a lot of people complaining about. Manufacturers don't take the texture all the way up. Springfield did. Great job. The mag release is ambidextrous. Don't really care for that, but it is what it is. Slide stop, slide release is also ambi. So this is a total ambi gun, and it actually works on the wrong-handed side. A lot of guns on the right side stiff and won't release. Not a problem with this one. There's even texture out here on the takedown lever, which is a standard takedown lever. Think of like a SIG. Lock the slide back, pull this lever down, let the slide go forward. There's even texture there. And they got little ledges right there. If you want to call them a gas pedal, you can. But there's even the texture on that, and it's on both sides. So, great job. Give you a little bit of a double undercut there so you can get a really high grip. Very, very big trigger guard. So if you got gloves on, you're definitely going to get there. They even put texture on the front for those of you with the grip like this. 3-slot pick rail on the top. On the bottom. So you can mount your lights. You saw in the range footage, I had a TLR1 on there. No problem. Trigger. I like the trigger, but I don't. As come to a wall, really crisp brake, really good reset, and there's the brake again. The trigger feel and the brake is great, but after I was shooting it I was out there, I don't know, a couple hours actually, started hurting my trigger finger. Think of a lot like the old Glock triggers, where people were complaining about the safety dingus right there, how it would chew into their finger a little bit as they were shooting. That's what this was doing to me after a while. And filming this right now is actually 2 days after my range footage, and finger's actually still hurting a little bit. So maybe I'm just a baby. Maybe it's just the way my big old long goofy fingers hit. I was trying to do different things. Towards the end of the video or the range footage that you saw, I was actually forcing myself to shoot because I didn't want to shoot anymore because it was bothering me that bad. But I'm not gonna give up on it yet. I'm gonna keep going. Now, the package I got came with the Viridian RFX red dot. Now, I'm not a fan of this red dot. I do not like it. There are no buttons for me to control the brightness, turn it off, turn it on. So I think I'm gonna be swapping this out. Anyway, the package I got was not the normal package. This was the gear up package. It came with this nice little Springfield range bag, which I say nice, but I mean, it's a range bag. It's not bad. So it come with that. And inside it did have, here is the accessories for the Viz optics, where I can swap out the optic. And it just comes with different spacers like that. You know, there's some screws and there's some pins. And so with those screws and pins, you can just swap stuff around. All right, so come with that, which all Echelons will come with this. And it does come with 3 interchangeable back straps, small, medium, and large. Here's the medium and the small, and I have the large on there. These are very easy to change. You reach up into the mag well there, and you will hit that notch right there. Push that through, slides out, and you slide the new one on. And of course, this one comes with the cleaning cloth and the adjustment tool for the Viridian. One thing I don't like about the Viridian is you have to have an Allen wrench to make any kind of adjustments on it. I don't like that. So again, that will probably be changed. So it comes with all that, which all this stuff, minus the Viridian stuff, comes with all the Echelons. The bag does not. But one 15-round magazine, flush fit. It looks good. And instead of just 2 magazines, this one comes with 4 altogether. It comes with the one 15-rounder and then 3 18-rounders. And that is the 18-rounder. I think that looks really good. So you'll notice, or you probably did see on the range footage, that I got curious while I was there and I wanted to compare the Echelon to the Glock 19. This is not a Glock killer. It's not. This Echelon shoots snappier, or it is snappier than the Glock 19. I personally don't think the trigger is as good. I kind of like the way that trigger breaks just a tad better than the Echelon. Echelon's kind of a rolling break, maybe. I don't know, it's just not as crisp. It's not as glass breaking feel as the Glock. The Glock is very, it just snaps, if that makes sense. I'm sure that if you all have shot a Glock, you know exactly what I'm talking about. What am I saying? Who hasn't shot a damn Glock? But the Echelon, it's a light break and it's a good break. It's just not as crisp as I like. And again, that trigger killed my trigger finger after a while. I don't know, maybe it was just the way I hold the trigger, but again, I'm not gonna give up on it yet. I'm gonna change this optic on it, and I'll put more rounds through it before I give you guys a final verdict on it. But first impressions on the Echelon, I do like it, even though I did complain about the trigger a little bit and me saying it's not as good as the Glock 19. That's not knock on the pistol. That's just my personal preference. You can take that for what you will. Again, I'm not selling you anything. I'm not trying to influence you. I'm just giving you my opinion on stuff, and you can take that as you will. But final opinion on my first impressions on the Echelon 4.0 Compact. I do like it. Again, I like all guns. There's not many guns that I don't like. It shoots nice. It shoots flat for what it is. Not as flat as the Glock 19, but again, this isn't an actual comparison video. If you want to see one, drop me a comment below and we can make that happen. We can also add a couple other things on there too, so we can make it a big competition. We can put some cheap stuff on there, you know, like PSA or maybe home builds. Put it against the Glock 19, put it against the Springfield Echelon, maybe a couple other ones. Let me know if y'all want to see that. I'll make it happen. Anyway, let's circle around here. My ADD just kicked in and I was out in left field. The Springfield Echelon 4.0 compact. It's a great pistol. It's a pistol I'm sure a lot of you all will like better than the Echelon, or I'm sorry, like better than the Glock 19. But for me personally, I still like my Glock 19 better. But this one still is a great pistol. 6.5, nah, we'll take that back. We'll give it 7 out of 10 for now. And once I put a different optic on there and maybe figure out why that trigger is hurting my finger to where it doesn't hurt my finger anymore, maybe I'll get that a little bit higher. But like always, guys, like, comment, share, subscribe. Not just me, all the gun videos that you watch. If you like them, hit all those for me, please. That way we just push this two-way stuff out there more for everybody to see. And I will see you gun-toting 211 fools on the range. Until next time, stay safe and be nice to each other.